Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Arkham Knight Batman with Prestige suit. Now this is a McFarlane toy store and a GameStop exclusive, at least that's what I believe. It does not say gold label on it, so it makes me wonder if maybe it'll pop up other places in the future. But for now, I got mine secured. They put up a pre-order at the McFarlane toy store a few days ago. I ordered it, it shipped the next day, and bam, here it is. So let's take a look at the packaging. And as you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. DC Multiverse Batman, here he is in the package. He has a Batarang, grappling launcher, and I believe the electric gun. They're all cast in gold plastic. His outfit has the gold bat symbol, and it's very similar to the 240% suit. You achieve that when you beat the game, every single side mission, get every single Riddler trophy, pretty much do everything you can in the game. One side of the package, Batman, Prestige suit from Arkham Knight. Other side simply says Batman. At the bottom, there is the barcode, in case that helps anybody. And in the back, here's Batman post up on top of the Batmobile from Arkham Knight. So with no further ado, let's open him up. And of course, I did get two of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. And here he is next to McFarlane's previous versions of the Arkham Knight Batman. We have the original version on the left, and the all-gold Platinum Chase variant on the right. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all of his accessories laid out. He has a display stand, a collector's card, and then a gold Batarang, electric gun, and explosive sticky gun. Before we take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Batman from the Arkham Knight. McFarlane released an Arkham Knight Batman in one of their earlier waves, and it's one of their best Batman figures to date still. This is a repaint. He's done in the Prestige suit. The Prestige suit is earned if you hit 240% achievement in the game. You have to do that by doing every single mission, side mission, Riddler trophy, pretty much everything in the game. You unlock this suit that has a gold bat symbol. Now, this one looks a little bit different. If I recall correctly, the suit's a lot darker. This one's brighter, a lot lighter gray. And I think it looks really good. It's a nice variant. So let's take a look. Start with this head here. It's that signature Arkham Knight cowl. The super long ears looks great. It has the metallic, armored-looking cowl there, almost sort of Iron Man-esque. It comes together when he puts on his face. Very stern expression. It looks fantastic. Of course, we have gold bat symbol at chest. Gray, you can see the armor where the abs is. Double-jointed elbow. Double-jointed knee. Cape looks good. I really do like the variant. It's visually pleasing, although I think it's not exactly fully accurate to the game by any means. And a closer look at its face and head sculpt. Like I said, I think they did an excellent job on this figure, both the original release and this one. I also wanted to point out that the paint is a little bit sloppy on the bottom of his chin. It's not a big deal, and you can't see it from the front, but you can see how some of the flesh color is on the bottom of the cowl there. I also wanted to show how they did a pretty good job with the texture on this guy. You can see all the different sort of armor pieces on top. Then we have the textured suit underneath. You can see pieces of the sort of Kevlar-looking stretchy material between the different armor plates all over him. It's very well done. Now for his accessories. Let's start with the boring stuff. Here's the display stand. We've seen it a million times before. Flat, basic. And here's his collector's card. As you can see, it's the Arkham Knight Batman gliding. Looks like he's jumping right out of the Batmobile. Batman Prestige suit from Arkham Knight. On the back, there's a description. If you want to read that, pause now. Here's the Prestige suit collector's card in the middle, next to the original Arkham Knight collector's card on the left, and the Platinum Chase variants on the right. Back when they used to make the Platinum Chase collector's cards different than the regular ones, they should go back to that. Now let's check out his bat gadgets. And as usual, McFarlane made some of them super oversized. Here's the electric gun, way too big. The handle's too fat, the whole thing is about 20% larger than it should be. In the game, he'll hold it with one hand here and one hand here, but the back part is far too big for his hand. Then we have the explosive gel. Sculpt's decent. Of course, it's on all yellow. It's also too large. Then we have his Batarang, and this one's actually not too large. It's the right size. It has that signature Arkham Batarang look. Bat symbol in the middle. Looks fantastic. Here are all three sets of the Arkham Knight accessories. The far left is from the Platinum Chase gold variant. And then we have the gold accessories from the Prestige suit, and they're a little bit more gold, at least brighter gold than the previous version. And then we have the original all-black version on the right. Here's Batman holding the electric gun. It's way too big, too gummy. This is the only way you can really get the figure to hold it. This is actually how he held this weapon in the game. One hand to hold the back, one hand to hold the front. But look at that handle there. That thing is so big. It's about 200% the size it should be for his hand. The whole thing needs to be a lot smaller, the handle in particular. The DC Direct electric gun is sized so much better for these McFarlane figures. It looks really small at first glance because I'm used to the other one. But look, it actually fits in his hand properly. It could maybe be just a hair bigger, but it's a lot closer than McFarlane's version. And here he is, holding the explosive gel gun. Also a little bit oversized, but looks decent in his hand. And here's Batman holding and getting ready to throw his Batarang. Now I want to check out the differences between this Prestige suit version of the Arkham Knight Batman and the original release. And besides the obvious paint differences, it's exactly the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation, so let's take a look. Start with their heads, pretty much the same. This guy seems to have maybe a little bit of a glossier paint job. As we go further down, the gray is much darker on him, then we have black in the abs here. And I've seen a lot of people repaint that to be a little bit more game accurate. It's almost like you need something sort of between the two to be fully game accurate, but they both look really good, really sharp. Of course, the bat symbol's gold here, black here, lighter gray in the armor, darker gray and black, lighter gray in the pants. The belt's pretty similar, maybe a little bit different shade gold. Arms continuing the same theme. Both very good figures. This is a pretty cool variant. And let us not forget, there are 3 different variations of the Arkham Knight Batman. Now, if they wanted to do another one, they could still do a battle damage version. I would welcome that in the collection. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 7.2 inches tall, which can translate to over 18 centimeters, and then to the top of the ears, about 7.4, almost 7.5 inches tall. And now for his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up about that far, down about that much. About the furthest he can go is give him to look straight ahead. And he has his collar here, which can sort of obstruct it if his head is all the way there. You can't really get him to look forward all the way. Just move his head forward, and then bam, there you go. Can't tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint. The armor's soft. The shoulder pads, you can kind of push them up over the top a little bit. Get over that last couple notches. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got the butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion and covering a large gap that would be there. Bicep cut below that, a little bit obstructed from the shoulder pad. Double jointed elbows, they go all the way in. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. His torso, it's one solid piece. This is done differently than most McFarlane figures. I don't think I've ever seen another one designed quite like this. It doesn't exactly have a traditional ball joint here. It's sort of ratcheted. You can kind of hear it from side to side. Now, one thing that bothers me here, it's not fully straight. It's going a little bit to my left. And then here, it's going a little bit to the right. So the best thing to get right there, it's not bad, but it just seems like it's a little bit off-center. You can rotate around. Once again, you can kind of hear it ratcheting. Forward and back a little bit. Legs, complete as a splits. McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation, it's okay on him. Then go forward, about that far. Back not much. Double jointed knees. Then his ankle, forward and back. Tilt, rock. Rotate, and of course, to articulation. Here's Batman on top of a rooftop overlooking Gotham City. A closer look at Batman in his prestige suit. Here's this Batman overlooking Gotham on a rooftop here, thinking to himself, how's he going to defeat the Arkham Knight militia? By evening the odds. And if you wanted Batman to jump off the rooftop and glide down, his arms can stretch out so far. If somebody were to take a cloth cape, put on him, a giant cloth cape, you could have some really cool gliding scenes down in the city. And then, as Batman has landed, he calls the Batmobile to even the odds. And now that Batman's into the Batmobile, he's going to go around destroying some Arkham Knight militia tanks. And here's Batman, just like in Arkham Knight, taking out the Arkham Knight and his militia. Got guys on all the different levels, outside, inside, first, second, third floor, as well as the tower on top. Here's Batman taking out Harley Quinn and her thugs. Here's Batman taking on a couple of Scarecrow's fear toxin hallucinations. And of course, Batman always has a solution for these type of things. And here's Batman taking on the Arkham Origins Deathstroke. And they pretty much had the same costume in Arkham Knight, so it works for me. Here's Batman taking on Professor Pig and a bunch of his Dolatrons. Here are heroes from the Arkham Knight game in Oracle's Clock Tower. Here's Batman on top of a rooftop in Gotham City with all the other costumed heroes from Arkham Knight. Now let's check them out. Next to some other action figures. Starting off with some other Arkham Knight figures. Here he is, next to the other two McFarlane Arkham Knight Batman figures. And here he is, next to McFarlane's Arkham Knight Red Hood, Scarecrow, and the Arkham Knight himself. Here's McFarlane's entire Arkham Knight collection. I hope they give us more and more characters in this game. They would make excellent figures. Here's this new McFarlane Arkham Knight Batman, next to the DC Direct or DC Collectibles Arkham Knight Batman. They're both excellent figures, excellent releases. This guy's head seems a little small, but very good paint job, very good sculpt. And really I could say the same for both these figures. They actually made 3 different variations of the DC Direct Arkham Knight Batman. There's a fully clean one, single release. There's another one that came in a 5-pack. That one has some damage on his shins. And then we have the Muddied Up GameStop exclusive. Then, next to the Extreme Toys, third party, 1/12 scale, Mezco style Arkham Knight Batman. Here are all the different Arkham Knight Batman figures that I have in the 6 and 7-inch scale. They're by McFarlane, DC Direct, and Extreme Toys. The next Arkham Knight Batman to come out that I'm aware of is by Amazing Yamaguchi. That should be coming out anytime now. Here's this Batman, next to some DC Direct, Arkham Knight Bat Allies, Robin, Nightwing, Azrael, and Catwoman. I would love it if McFarlane would give us these guys. And here, with a couple more DC Direct Batman supporting characters, Commissioner Gordon and Barbara Gordon Oracle. Then, with the DC Direct Arkham Knight villains, they scale up pretty good with this Batman, just a hair smaller. And now, here's this Batman next to the 4 Joker-infected victims from Arkham Knight. These are custom figures. On the left we have Henry Adams, then Albert King, the Gotham Goliath, and then Christina Bell, and Johnny Charisma. This McFarlane Arkham Knight Prestige Suit Batman totally reminds me of the DC Direct Arkham Origins Batman variant from the 75th Anniversary 4-pack. Lighter color, the yellow belt. They both look fantastic. Now let's check them out with some other McFarlane Batman figures. Here he is, next to the Arkham Asylum Batman on the left, and the Arkham City Batman on the right. We have Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight, but we still don't have an Arkham Origins Batman. I think McFarlane would make an awesome Arkham Origins Batman, and I hope one's coming in the future. Here he is, next to the Injustice 2 Batman, another McFarlane video game Batman figure. They should make a Gotham Knights Batman as well. Here he is, next to several other McFarlane Batman figures. These are some older releases, these are all from the comics. And here, next to some more McFarlane Batman figures. These are a little bit more recent releases, and these are also from the comics. Then, with some McFarlane Batman figures from different various forms of media. Now let's check them out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the GameStop exclusive Frostbite Rebirth Batman, and the Amazon exclusive Glow-in-the-Dark Parallax Hal Jordan. Here's this Batman, next to the Crisis on Infinite Earths wave, Collective Build Monitor. And here he is, next to the most recent Batman wave. We have the Dark Knight Rises and Hathaway Catwoman, both the Batpod and Platinum editions. Then the Ben Affleck Batflag from Batman vs Superman, and the Christian Bale Batman from the Dark Knight, Hong Kong Skydive, both the Platinum and Unmasked versions. Then, next to the DC Classics Smiling Superman and the Nightfall Nightwing. And now, next to the Bizarro and Bat-Zorro 2-pack. Here he is, next to the regular and Platinum Chase variant of Steel. And here, next to a couple of McFarlane Toy Store exclusive releases, we have the Nightmare variant of Batman in his Hellbat armor and the Deadly Duo Joker. Then, Next to the Entertainment Earth exclusive Black Light Mr. Zero, and the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Black and White Accent Red Hood. And finally, next to the Target exclusive Red Tornado and Animal Man. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix them with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller, and I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Since we already checked him out, next to plenty of McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures, here he is with some other McFarlane toys. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane toys, all 7-inch scale. And now, next to some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some DST or Diamond Select toys, here he is, next to a jar of peanut butter. And here he is, next to some DC Direct and NECA Batman figures, then with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures. And now, next to some Mezco and Mattel Batman figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And finally, with some SH Figure Arts Batman figures and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this is a fantastic McFarlane Batman figure. They did an excellent job with their initial Arkham Knight Batman figure, and this is a really cool looking variant. I will admit that I prefer the original one out of the two, but this one is visually very pleasing. It looks good. I like the contrast, a lighter gray versus the darker original suit. Two excellent variants. Sculpt and paint job are excellent. Very little issues there. His articulation, it's actually really good, even though some of the parts, like the ball jointed ankles and wrists, are a little bit dated. As a whole, he looks very good. It has unique ab articulation, well, no ab articulation, but unique waist articulation that never been done before, and to my knowledge has not been done since. His accessories are also plentiful, but they're very large and oversized. They could have done a better job on those and allowed him to hold them properly. If I were to rate this guy, I don't remember what I gave you the original one, but I'm assuming I gave him something like an 8 out of 10 to the fantastic figure. So this one's worth pretty much the same score, 8 out of 10. I'm enjoying the figure a lot. He's great, looks good, feels good. He's tall, he's big, just like he should be. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.